Okay, so do you think that your daily life decisions depend on your people that are there on your surrounding? Because if your answer is yes or no, uh, this I I can't tell whether you are answering on basis of what, but this question was raised, and it was very important question a century ago, because the question was raising that whether people were taking decisions on uh, basis of their people that were present in their surrounding or not, because we can't say easily that the decision you take on your everyday basis is based on your individual willpower, or it is influenced by the people who have their own biases, right? So a century ago this question was raising, and there were two persons who came in search of the answer of this question. One was psychologist Muzafir Sharif, and the second one was behaviorist Solomon S. So, what happened? Sharif conducted an experiment in which he took a number of people, and what he did was he created a illusionary effect of a stationary light. The illusionary effect was that light was light appeared to move, but it was not actually moving. So the subject means the person or the people or the group of people on which the experiment was is conducted, right? This is what subject means. So he asked subjects that by which angle the stationary light was rotating, but this was not the actually light was not rotating, it was an illusion. So the subjects answered the question, and many people answered on basis of what other were answering. They set their frame of reference according to the other people, and what happened, almost everybody's was answer was kind of same coming, right? So this phenomena of getting our decision influenced by other people, because what other people are saying I will also say the same, because I can't afford to make my own answer, or I might look stupid when I will try answering on my own. So this was the confirmation of social conformity, right? Social conformity is this phenomena that says that our decisions can be influenced by the people who are there with us, right? But Solomon argued that this is not the right way to measure the social conformity, because the experiment was not, the light was not moving, right? So it was not uh, decidable to tell that light has moved or not. We can't say this thing is right here or this is wrong, because light actually did not move. Social conformity is what, when something happens and someone tells this the thing in wrong way, or misinterprets it, or uh, tell the wrong answer on tell the wrong answer on purpose, or anonymously, right? So this is when social conformity happens. And Solomon conducted another experiment in which group of 6 or 7 people were taken, right? Out of 6 people, actually one person was the real person who was supposed to be take part in the experiment, who was the actual person on which experiment was conducted. Rest 5 were confederates, right? So what does confederate mean? It means that uh, the person who were actually aware of the experiment, right, who has nothing to do with experiment, and they were told what to say or what not to say. They were already instructed. So basically those 5 people were actors, or the people who were taken on purpose to uh, do whatever the instructor said, right? So actually there was only one person, and the rest 5 were confederates, right? So the experiment was, every group was given 2 cards. On one card there was a line drawn, and on second card three lines were drawn, and only one line, on length of only one line was matching with the line which one was on first card. Rest two lines length were longer or shorter, right? So this was something a child could also answer, that which two lines are matching, right? But actually here it was found that the confederates, they were instructed by the experiment or the host experimenter or the host, that you have to answer wrong on purpose, and the actual person on whom the experiment was getting conducted was supposed to answer on in a penalty made manner, that is in third or fourth position, or somehow in last position. He cannot answer in first position, right? So this happened, and it was actually uh, 26% of those who on whom the experiment was getting conducted uh, were not uh, I mean, only 26% of people were those who were not answering on influenced by other, right? They answered by their own IQ, their own understanding. Rest 32%, and the rest people, 32% of the people answered by in they answered by what others were answering, right? They did not put effort, because when they were asked that why they did so, they answered that uh, they might look stupid if they did answer on their own, because they try to fit in the group, right? Because suppose five-person are answering one option and he will answer the another option, so he did not wanted to look bad, right? And many said that they were convinced that, I mean, they got the correct answer, but they were actually, when they saw other people answering, so they went in a self doubt that whether my answer is wrong or not, right? So this much happened, and rest people, almost 75% of people were those who at least answered one time wrong because they were getting influenced, right? So this is all what happened in that experiment, and this tells us that the decision we take in our everyday life can be influenced in a by other people that are around us, right? Suppose whether it is going to any restaurant, you have your five friends and five of them are saying that this restaurant is best, but you are like, no, the food item might be wrong there, but still you will go there, because in some time you will get convinced, or the this phenomena that is called social conformity, it will happen that uh, you will get regions to go to that restaurant, because you can't uh, you can't change the opinions of those people, and but those people can change your opinion because they were in majority. So this was also an important point in that experiment. If one confederate was answering wrong, the person did not suffered from deviation, right? But when two or more confederates were answering wrong, then the person went in a dilemma that whether his answer is right or wrong, and he then gave wrong answer by influenced by those people. This can also help. This can also happen in a test, right? Suppose if you are a college student, you have experienced this in a viva. Many peoples are there, but when teacher asks the question, so one student who knows it in a partial manner, he partially gives a correct answer, and then rest of all students also give the that answer which was partially correct, right? So this is what social conformity. If any student actually knows the correct answer, he will get confused, right? That whether my answer is correct or not, because everyone is saying the same thing. So this is something that happens in our day to day life, and This is the thing. And one more thing I have read yesterday was uh, in I think 1950s or something in US, uh, people were highly, because this that country is goes on individual culture, right? They don't I mean, there are some countries that go on individual culture and some countries which believes in teamwork, right? So those country who believes in teamwork are basically the country where communist thoughts or communist ideas are accepted, right? And those countries in which individual opinions matter, like US, there was democracy or democratic uh, politics there, right? So country to country it was found that some countries has had higher rate of social conformities and some countries had lower rate of social conformity. Now social conformity can be good when every person in that particular group will try to answer on basis of their own intellect, on efforts, on insight, their own creativity, because in this way every person will make an effort to answer that, and this will give a hint or insight to other teammates also, right? So this can be actually beneficial, but it we have to make it. This is not something that can happen spontaneously, right? So this was all about the topic that we discussed today. And yes, I was feeling like uh, matlab I should speak something today, so that's why. Okay, so that's for today. See you in the next video.